Next up, we have Americano's 15 prehistoric creatures recently discovered. I'm hoping that this one will be bad because the last one wasn't horrible, right? We could do so much worse. I know we can.
We know quite a bit about early life on our planet, from the dawn of man through
Monkey.
to the dinosaurs and beyond.
All right, cool. That's a 2-for-1 right there. So we got Jurassic Park / World footage used and footage with no commentary / only sound effects. That was really fucking easy.
But with new species being discovered every year, maybe we
I think
don't
that was
know the whole
Hoscaraptor.
story.
Another one, just for the sake of
So
it.
today, we're going to take a look at some of the lesser-known recent discoveries, from the big furry mammoth to a criminally shy whale. Here are the 15 prehistoric
talk about
creatures
Amara's whale.
recently discovered. Number 15. Woolly mammoth. It's
Discovered 1799. Unless he's saying that this animal was recently discovered to still be alive. Also, I love this. I love this so much. This is one of my favorite pieces of art ever. It's just like, can you draw this mammoth when you have no idea what an elephant looks like? Oh, I'll try. Oh, it's wonderful.
It's kind of nuts to think about, but ancient humans apparently treated the woolly mammoth as we do rats. Yup, at one time, hunters set up what can only be described as mammoth traps to capture these humongous creatures.
Okay, when we trap rats, I need you to understand this. We're trying to kill them to get them out of our fucking house. When cavemen were trapping mammoths, they were eating them. They were eating them and taking their fur for pelts and using the ivory and their tusks for who the fuck knows what. Probably like anything they could. Oh my god. Yeah, pest traps and game traps aren't really comparable. A better comparison would be things like rabbits. Because there are rabbit traps. Like a snare or something like that, right? That would be a way better comparison. Mammoth meat.
In 2019, 14 mammoth skeletons were found in Mexico, caught in what would appear to be human-built traps that dated back some 15,000 years. According to experts, the human hunters would have chased the mammoths into the traps with torches and branches, like what the angry mob did in the 2001 classic Shrek. There's your
I'm a mammoth! You know, grab your torch and pitchforks! Doesn't that bother you? Ugh. Really? Ugh. Oh, so we're treating them like rats. And also like ogres. Is there anything we're not treating mammoths like? Yeah, I was expecting a Frankenstein reference. I was not expecting mammoths to be compared to Shrek. But now we gotta have that Manny the Mammoth and Shrek crossover. It's only a matter of time before DreamWorks gets bought out by Disney. Oh, he's mistaking Colombian mammoths with woolly mammoths. Oh, that's right. Because Colombian mammoths are around, like, Mexico and San Diego and shit like that, and LA. Yeah, okay. So Colombian mammoths and woolly mammoths are two very different things. Colombian mammoths are largely believed to have been about as hairy as modern day elephants, and woolly mammoths were, you know, woolly. Woolly mammoths were living in areas like, you know, Siberia, shit like that, like all across like the snowy areas of the northern hemisphere, right? Colombian mammoths were living in areas like, you know, Mexico, San Diego, LA. So it's kind of like, you know, the southern United States and shit like that. A much more warm, temperate climate. It would have been colder back then. Like, these are the mammoths that you will be finding in things like the La Brea tar pits. Yeah, the Colombian mammoth is just looking over there like, San Diego.
Or Daily Shrek reference, kids. Archaeologists were apparently pretty shocked by the find because it was a
Okay, once again, we like this is what the first video was talking about. Like, no, it wasn't archaeologists, it was paleontologists. That's why that was one of the ones I was just like, yeah, you know what, that is a pervasive myth that I'll be very glad to see die. Paleontologists, because these are extinct animals, not like, I mean, it's kind of relatively related to humans, but fuck it, whatever, man.
a generally held belief that early humans would only kill mammoths if the animals had been trapped or hurt. The traps, of course, suggests otherwise. It was mammoth season. Or duck season. It's hard to tell them apart sometimes. The consensus now is that early humans would organize hunts of mammoths, though the reason for it is currently unknown.
Hungry! They were hungry! They want eat! You know how much meat is on a fucking mammoth? Do you have any idea how much meat there is on a mammoth carcass? Do you have any idea how useful their pelts are? And their ivory from their tusks? Fuck, dude. I can't even imagine how much of a fucking boon a mammoth kill would have been to like a tribe of cavemen. God damn. They would have been eaten so good. They would have been so warm. Shit, dog.
Maybe they were just ahead of their time, and this was their idea of mousetrap. It could happen. Before we go...
Oh my fucking god. I just... Again, like, you are equating this to, like, pest control. They're hungry.
Go on, like this video, smash the subscribe button, and click the notification bell right now, or this centipede will crawl on your face when you're sleeping.
I had to get rid of fucking like this video for good luck or something. I had to get rid of that one. If I'd known we were watching this asshole, I would have kept it. Fuck you for this, by the way. Like, this is just one of the shittiest fucking tactics that I see these AI sludge channels use. It's just like, hey, like the video, or else. Or else. I will send this centipede to bite you in the face. And you're gonna die. It's eating a mouse.
It's time for the rare topic, and today's rare topic may be one of the more inexplicable we've ever covered.
Oh, please
this
don't say
creature
this is
is a Diplocalus, a prehistoric creature long believed to be extinct. But
don't say this is a real picture one. This is a model that someone made. It's a very nice looking model. Don't say it's real. Don't say it's real. Yeah, this centipede is going to bite you!
while the fisherman was out on the water one day, he happened to catch one of the strangest creatures he'd ever seen.
No,
He's not wrong. You can call us crazy, but it damn well looks like a Diplocalus. So, what?
It looks like a Diplocalus because this is a model that someone made of a Diplocalus. You fuck.
Does this mean? Scientists have openly said that it cannot possibly be a Diplocalus.
Because it's a model someone made.
The creature has long been extinct. But what do you think? Does this creature still roam the earth? Remember to comment down below with the hashtag #RareTopic. And let us... Number 14. Pygmy right whale.
Okay, that's... I guess that's technically prehistoric, kind of. We've known about pygmy right whales for a while now. Yeah, they're just kind of a thing. Pygmy right whales are really strange little whales. They're not super closely related to, like, as far as I'm aware, any of the modern existing baleen whales. Welcome to the membership, Smokey M10. Thank you very much. Despite being called pygmy right whales, they're really not super closely related to right whales. And yeah, I'm fucking kicking myself for not having modern day animal. I had to update it before I went to this fucking video. I had to update like it or else and modern animal and prehistoric list. I had to update it. I'm kicking myself right now, dude. Shit. But it's very uncommonly seen, the pygmy right whale. I have actually seen one video of like a scuba diver encountering one. Yeah, here it is. This is like one of the only videos I've ever seen of one just like swimming around. Look at it. It's so cute. I love it. They're wonderful little creatures. But yeah, they are like relatively primitive as far as whales are concerned. I wouldn't really call them prehistoric. It's like calling a goblin shark prehistoric.
Said it before, and I'll repeat it. The word pygmy almost always means the animal is going to be completely adorable. And that's science, so you kind of know what.
Also, I'm gonna be a pedant. Pygmy right whales aren't closely related to right whales. Unrelated animal used as B-roll.
What the pygmy right whale is going to be cute, right? Let's find out. Okay, so it's not a tiny adorable little thing,
Look at his
but
penis.
they are kind of cute. In reality, the pygmy right whale is one of the least known whales anywhere in the world.
Like, he's not gonna show any footage of a pygmy right whale because it is so fucking hard to come by. But he's not gonna show a picture of it either. It's just gonna be like right whales and bowhead whales and shit like that.
It's mostly known to scientists because of the many dead specimens that have been examined in post-mortem autopsies, which kind of says it all. This is not an animal that...
What do you mean that says it all? That doesn't say much of anything. That's probably why it's like mysterious, you know?
likes to openly roam the sea. They're private, quiet creatures that can be
Quiet
seen
creatures.
all over the southern hemisphere, assuming that they're in the mood to be
Oh.
seen.
That's one. I think that's a pygmy right whale. That looks about the right size and color. That's a pygmy right whale. That is actually one of them. Good job. Oh yeah, meaningless AI statement. Like, oh, or yeah, that. Oh, this. They're out in the ocean. That says it all. Fuck off. Stupid.
But not as big as some whales. Of course, none of this is particularly helpful
That seems like a
because
young
the
right whale.
likelihood of you seeing one
Oh.
in the wild is, well, remote, to put it lightly.
Regular
Just
right whale.
draw a picture. That's close enough.
You haven't even shown a single picture. You've shown a couple of videos of stranded specimens being rescued.
13. Pula painted frog.
Oh, Christ. How many of this is going to be like regular ass animals?
Is this not one of the coolest sounding animals you've ever heard of? It's like you hear the name and you're imagining some painted frog doing hula dancing on the beaches of Hawaii. Well, man, do I have some bad news for you. This frog is sadly not a hula dancer whatsoever.
Oh. Are you kidding me? I was envisioning this frog in a grass skirt with a lei, handing out fucking coconut flavored drink. Man, you had me going there, Sludge man. You had me going.
Experts discovered 2 adults and 2 tadpoles in a freshwater habitat in Israel's Lake Hula. By 1955, however, the draining of Lake Hula had made life incredibly difficult for the species. Only one was sighted during this 8-year drainage, the last confirmed sighting for decades. In 1996, the IUCN declared the frog extinct, the first amphibian to be...
So yeah, this is not like a prehistoric creature. This is a contemporary creature that was thought to be extinct and then rediscovered.
Proving once and for all that the animal never actually went extinct. If anything, it just went into hiding. Now we just have to hope they don't want revenge.
We have to hope that these frogs don't want revenge like the Palestinians or the Iranians or who has Israel launched missiles at this week? One group that Israel couldn't wipe off the face of the earth.
Number 12. The Sulican.
Fucking hell.
That woman was Marjorie Courtenay Latimer, a museum curator
Marjorie?
who was...
Is that not Marjorie? Like Marge? Also, this is not recent. The coelacanth is not really a recent discovery. Unless you count like, oh, it was discovered since the advent of humanity. This is all gonna be recent stuff.
The creature was a pale, mauve blue, with faint flecks of white spot.
Do you mean navy blue? You can't say Marjorie, you can't say navy. Is he saying mauve? Is that a color? He's saying it's Navi blue, like it's the color of Avatar.
Hard scales, 4 strange fins, and a bizarre puppy dog-esque tail. After some in-depth research.
Puppy dog tail? Have you seen a coelacanth before, dog? Puppy dog tail? Is it the angle? I gotta... Maybe if I squint my eyes a bit. How I gotta look at this? Yeah, have you seen a coelacanth? More importantly, have you seen a dog before? Oh my goodness. I gotta come back to this guy all the fucking time. Yep. It's a pretty fucked up looking dog.
Not only had the creature survived, but it had also evolved. Latimer's discovery
yeah.
was a groundbreaking find for all fish enthusiasts.
And imagine if it hadn't evolved over 66 million years in any capacity whatsoever. Like, I know people like to meme about that with things like horseshoe crabs and other living fossils, but like, yeah, no, they do still evolve in some way.
It was heralded as a fossil comeback to life, and the two living species of coelacanth have their genus named after their finder, Latimeria. Turns out digging through the trash can be quite profitable. Number 11. Palau cave eel.
It's gonna be normal
when
stuff.
An animal is described.
We had a woolly mammoth, and then it's just like a bunch of regular... We had a woolly mammoth, a model that someone made of a Diplocaulus, and then it's just like Pygmy Whale, this random frog that was rediscovered, the coelacanth that was rediscovered, some eel.
Unlike just about every eel in existence, the Protoangula, they obviously named it with voice artist in mind, were found to have fully developed a...
You can't say the word fuck. You can't say the name Marjorie. Fuck, I imagine you had a fucking better, easier time pronouncing that name. Give me a break. I don't think that has anything to do with like, oh man, this creature's name is so hard to pronounce. I think you're just a shit voiceover artist.
Set of tooth-gilled rakers, or if you don't speak Victorian English, they're bones designed to help retain food. The specimens in
Tooth-gilled rakers. Or if you don't speak Victorian English. In English, please, Einstein?
Number 10. Phtotorin. As if
Oh,
that
this
name
guy
is
again.
not hard enough to pronounce, I feel we have to share the full name. The Phtotorin saurophagus.
Okay, so Phtotorin, I believe, is the name. We already have butchered pronunciation. We can't exactly put non-dinosaur and dinosaur list because this is not a dinosaur list. I bet Megalodon's going to be on this list, though.
In case you're curious, that
Also, that is a pliosaur. We already have unrelated animal, but noted.
roughly translates to lizard-eating sovereign of the sea, which is delightful.
These are the biggest complete Temnodontosaurus fossils ever found.
That's a Temnodontosaurus, then. That's... David's got it. Come on, man. David knows the difference between ichthyosaurs. I call him David. We're on a first-name basis, he and I.
The creature itself, however, less delightful. The Phtotorin was a prehistoric sea monster that measured at least 28 feet long and existed 244 million years ago.
I was actually on Twitter today, and I saw an image of some scientists holding up the skull of a Symbospondylus, which is a very closely related ichthyosaur, to Phtotorin here. Phtotorin sounds like someone from fucking Minnesota saying it. Oh, I love to go to the museum and look at the Phtotorin. Oh, that's my favorite. That is my favorite of the ichthyosaurs. It's bleeding into a little bit of a Kermit the Frog there, but anyway. Yeah, this skull replica was absolutely enormous. And then, of course, there were a bunch of people in the comments, because this is like a Facebook post that was being retweeted saying, like, oh, this is fake because no one could hold up a fucking stone that heavy. And it's like, yeah, that's why they said it was a replica. And, oh, no, this is fake because that's actually a dragon. That's a dragon. Some people really are just dumb as a sack of fucking bricks.
In 2013, archaeologists in Nevada uncovered a Phtotorin fossil that was incredibly well preserved for
Paleontologists. Paleontologists.
its size. Further study confirmed that this animal was the first ocean predator that evolved to eat prey its own size.
Why? Okay, I've heard that on multiple different fucking AI videos that have talked about this animal. Multiple videos have mentioned that, like, this is the first thing that ate animals of its own size, or that it was evolved to eat things of its own size. I know we've heard that in the past before, and I always think back to that one fucking guy that was just like, Dunkleosteus evolved to eat its own kind and did not get eaten by other Dunkleosteus. Impressive, isn't it? What about Phtotorin is so fucking special, especially compared to like other Symbospondylene ichthyosaurs, that it's like, oh, this is the one. This is the one that's evolved to eat others of its like own size. Like, that just, why? Why is this one so special? They never elaborate on that, of course, because like they're fucking stupid. Yeah, the Dunkley survivorship bias. That's one of my absolute favorites.
Which is kind of an incredible claim to fame in the dinosaur era. Of course, we should be thankful that this animal is no longer alive to terrorize our oceans. After all, most of us are already too shaken by Jaws to go near the beach. Imagine just how frightening it would be to have this thing swimming around in the deep. Number 9. Allosaurus. Sorry to disappoint.
Okay, Allosaurus was discovered in like the 1800s. Also, yeah, I would say that this is absolutely overhyping animals being more badass than it was. First of its kind to fucking eat things its own size, just fuck off. Allosaurus was not discovered recently. Wait, he's talking about Jim Madsoni?
But it's not a Cockney dinosaur. My search is still going on for
Wait, what? What did he say?
Sorry to disappoint, but it's not a Cockney dinosaur. My search.
Cause like, hello? Hello, governor. It's me, hello, Tyrannosaurus Alan. Rah! What you doing there, Mr. Volcano? Hello, Tyrannosaurus Alan. Like, is that what he's saying? Hello? Hello, Gov. It's me, Allosaurus.
Is still going on for that one. The Allosaurus jamadsoni is actually a brand new species of carnivorous dinosaur that once.
When was Jamadsoni described? 2020. Okay, fair enough.
Once wandered free in western North America some hundreds of millions of years ago. To be specific, the Allosaurus existed around 155 million years ago.
Did you kind of just say that? Also, Paleomeme, I was just talking about earlier, we have an Allosaurus with red crests. This is actually a Fragilis skull and not a Jamadsoni skull. I just prefer the way Fragilis looks. I think it looks cooler. Even if it's like, you know, the name is arguably worse. Like, Jamadsoni is just named after, I think, 2 dudes. Or maybe 1 dude. I don't know. Fragilis is just like, it's fragile. Oh, it's so frail. Oh, please don't hit me. You can hit me. I like it.
Making it one of the oldest species of Allosaurus anywhere in the world.
One of the oldest species. Okay. I'm pretty sure all of the species of Allosaurus that we know of were contemporary with each other. So that's kind of a meaningless statement. Especially considering, as Gina just said in chat, Europaeus has recently been absorbed into Fragilis, which means there's even less species of Allosaurus to work with now. But he didn't know that at the time of this video, so that's fair enough, I suppose? Fuck, dude. This is rough.
Allosaurus is one of a group of dinosaurs known as the Allosauroids, which were a group of 2-legged carnivorous dinosaurs that roamed the Earth during the Jurassic and Cretaceous periods. The Allosauroids ranged from small creatures to big ones, but the Allosaurus jamadsoni
They were sometimes big and sometimes small, Baha Waba.
was apparently the most common and top predator in its ecosystem.
No, it was not. Allosaurus Jamadsoni was absolutely not the top predator. Always have to go through it with fucking Saurophaganax, or Allosaurus anax, or Allosaurus maximus, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. That one was bigger. That one was bigger, assuming that it was indeed a large allosaur. And also, there was Torvosaurus. Everyone always ignores Torvosaurus, which is just, it's just sad. Which Allosaurs were small? I guess Concavinator would be relatively small. Also, yeah, Fragilis, I think, was bigger than Jamadsoni. I think Jamadsoni was, like, among the smaller of, like, you know, the Allosaurus species. So,
With long legs, arms, and an expensive tail, experts say that this
expensive?
animal...
Okay, I'm sure if you, like, you know, were going shopping and an Allosaurus tail was for sale... Yeah. It'd be pretty expensive. Jesus Christ.
Was likely one of the most fearsome dinosaurs you could find back in the day. While Jurassic Park may not have featured the Allosaurus, there's little doubt for many paleontologists that this was one of the most formidable predators of the Jurassic era. There were likely very few animals that managed to survive an encounter with them. Number 8.
Very few animals that... Okay, listen. I love Allosaurus, alright? Allosaurus is my boy. Allosaurus is my favorite goddamn dinosaur of all time. There absolutely would have been dinosaurs that survived encounters with them. Okay. Concavinator was a Carcharodontosaur. That's an Allosauroid. It counts. Does it not? But yeah, Allosaurus got fucked up a lot. Look at Big Al, right? Big Al got fucked up a lot. Look at the Allosaurus that got gored in the penis by a Stegosaurus spine. Allosaurus was contemporary with so many species of massive sauropods who would have been basically indestructible once they reached their full size. Not to mention, hell, I imagine that a fucking like Gargoyleosaurus would have stood a decent chance against one. Because like I don't think that like an Allosaurus would have been really built to tackle something like a fucking Ankylosaur. And not to mention, again, you have bigger carnivores like Torvosaurus. Get enough Ceratosaurs together, I bet that they'd scare off an Allosaurus. Like, for as much as Allosaurus is basically memed as like, you know, the top predator of its age, it really wasn't like the biggest, baddest motherfucker that ever existed. I love it. I love it so much. It wasn't invincible. It wasn't indestructible. I'm very sorry.
Right. Meggathereum. It may sound like some kind of chemical element or science fiction movie, but the Meggathereum was actually an enormous ground sloth.
Again, Meggathereum, not recently discovered. This is an animal that we've known for a very long time. Look up Morse information right now. There's a picture that comes up with the fauna, and there's like 20 giant sauropods. Oh god. There's so many! Look at them all! Oh god, this is a big-ass image. Okay. Okay, number 1 is Solurus. Number 2 is Ceratosaurus. 3 is Fruitiidens. 4 is Marchasaurus. Okay, that's Marchasaurus. Marchasaurus, number 4 here, is like one of the most forgotten theropods of the Morrison Formation. I don't think I've ever seen Marchasaurus portrayed in a paleo documentary, like, ever. Like, everyone forgets Marchasaurus. At least some people remember Torvosaurus. Everyone forgets Marchasaurus. Yeah, I think this one here is Barosaurus. Barosaurus is just enormous. It is insanely big. There's Stoxosaurus, number 40. Look at that. What a little goober. One of the older North American relatives of T-Rex. This is an old Tyrannosauroid. I mean, like, the Morrison Formation existed over a period of like millions of years. It's unlikely that like all of these species of sauropods existed together at the exact same time. I don't think that's quite exactly the case. But yeah, Jesus Christ, there's so fucking many. But no animal would have been able to handle running into an Allosaurus.
There, it was named Meggathereum americanum, an extinct creature similar to your average sloth. However, Cuvier did not believe in evolution, and
Yo, how many pixels we got on
this
screen
animal
here?
could be.
How many pixels we got on screen here? Do you think we can count those? Good God. Like, you use another fucking picture,
Cuvier did not
or you use
believe in
another fucking
evolution,
clip.
and as
Look, right afterwards. Way better.
such, refused to entertain the idea that
I think Meggathereum is blurry. It's not the photographer's fault. Meggathereum is blurry. And that's extra scary to me. Because there's a large, out-of-focus sloth roaming around the countryside. Everybody run, he's all fuzzy.
the two animals could be related. As far as he was concerned, they just looked vaguely alike. The Meggathereum was, at one point in history, the most famous extinct animal in the world. The story caught the imagination of the public in a way that is
Also, you already mentioned that it was the most famous extinct animal, so fuck you. I'm gonna say that you repeat yourself.
commonplace in our modern culture. However, today, very few people have ever heard of this incredible animal. When we get to
Okay, a lot of people have heard of a giant ground sloth. You fucking idiot. Like... Oh, Christ alive. Ugh. Plenty of people have heard of giant ground sloths. Alright? Plenty of people have heard of them. Have you ever heard of this little character named Seda the Sloth?
the eventual Meggathereum movie, maybe we'll see that change, but only if it stars Keanu Reeves. Obviously. Number 7. Horned Dinosaur. Sure, there were probably many.
Okay, listen, I wake up, there is a new ceratopsian genus, right? Horned dinosaur. Is that the best you got? Really? Also, entire clade of animals is one entry. Fuck, dude. Like, I can't even say that's an entire clade of animals, really. Because, like, do you know dinosaurs have fucking... Just... It counts! Ceratosaurus was a horned dinosaur. Hey, that's what its name literally fucking means.
Many dinosaurs with horns, but how many of them have the horns in their name? Correct, none. Actually, we're just calling...
How many of them have the horns in their name? Triceratops, the three-horned lizard. Pentaceratops, the five-horned lizard. Sinoceratops, the Chinese horned lizard. Utaceratops, the Utah horned lizard. Diabloceratops, the devil horned lizard. Horned lizard! Ceratosaurus, the horned lizard! Or yeah, the toss means face. Fucking three-horned face. Motherfucker. Motherfucker, I hate you so much. I hate you more than words can describe. I will beat you to death with my bare hands. I will destroy you. Do you hear me? I will come down onto your house with the burning fury of 1,000 suns. I will destroy you. I will put centipedes on your face when you sleep at night, you motherfucker. You worm under my boot. I will destroy you. I will fucking end your existence.
Calling it the horned dinosaur out of convenience. I mean, the dinosaur's real name is Crittenden-ceratops krizanovsky, but you're nuts.
What the fuck did you just call me? Hold on, I have to know what he's actually fucking saying here.
Many dinosaurs with horns, but how many of them have the horns in their name? Correct, none. Actually, we're just calling it the horned dinosaur out of convenience. I mean, the dinosaur's real name is Crittenden-ceratops krizanovsky, but you're nuts if you think I'm going to be pronouncing that the whole time.
You can't pronounce Marjorie. Okay, so this is just, you know, I wake up, there's a new ceratopsian genus. I don't know this particular ceratopsian genus. Oh, from Crittenden County, Arkansas. Okay. Yeah, this looks like basically like a close relative of something like the Pseudoceratops. Centrosaurines. Yeah, I think this is like pretty close to the Pseudoceratops. Yep. The Pseudoceratopsini. Discovered in 2018. It's kind of small, actually. It's a little guy. Horned dinosaur, and you pick one with, like... It's only got 2 horns. It doesn't even have the nose horn. How typical of a Centrosaurine, which are known for their nose horns. God, I love paleontology.
In 2018, the fossil of this mysterious dinosaur was discovered inside 73 million-year-old rocks in southern Arizona.
It's not... God, what do you even put in that? Like, oh, it's wrong about all of these dinosaurs having the term horn in their name? What do you put in that? I know what to put. Thumbnail bait. And yeah, I'm saying this is getting worse as it goes on.
After some intense analysis and study, paleontologists concluded that this creature belonged to a group of horned dinosaurs known as centrosaurs. This particular species measured around 11 feet in length and weighed around 3/4 of a ton, which is impressive for a plant eater. They say
No, it's not. That's tiny. Bro, this is a little guy. Look how small it is. You could ride on that. And it would be like, hey, this is kind of uncomfortable. Could you please not? This is a little guy. For a ceratopsian, especially, like, again, Triceratops is about as big as an elephant. Let's look at fucking, where is it at? The Pseudoceratops. Do we have a size comparison for the Pseudoceratops? Yeah, look how big these fuckers are. Look how big Triceratops and fucking Pentaceratops are. Look how big fucking Pachyrhinosaurus is. That's not even despite being huge, it was an herbivore. He's saying it's huge for an herbivore. Even though it's fucking tiny. At least compared to other ceratops. He's like, fuck. Maybe it's big compared to like Zuniceratops. We got the Zuniceratops. I know that one's relatively small. Oh yeah, this guy's a fucking baby. Look at this little dork. That's like, what, 2 meters maybe? What a little guy. What a little goober.
The fossil, which was found along the side of a
So
large
many
lake,
Pachyrhinosaurus
suggests
clips.
that the dinosaur was alive and thriving during the late Cretaceous era, and somehow nobody even knew it existed until just a few years ago. The less
Yeah, that's how paleontology works. People don't know about things until they actually, like, dig them up. Stupid. Any modern habitat where the largest animals around are not herbivores? Probably just in ecosystems where all that there are carnivores, like fucking Antarctica or something. Like, yeah, there is the Arctic itself, where, like, hey, there's caribou and stuff, but polar bears are way bigger than them. And walruses, for that matter. So, yeah, it's very uncommon.
lesson is clear, dinosaurs are everywhere. You just don't know it. Number 6. Giant sea scorpion.
Don't bother mentioning a genus. Like, again, we've already got this. We've already got entire clade. We just need we need scavenging, or he needs to get like 2 species mixed up.
Forget the Meg, Jaws, or any other big underwater
Megalodon mentioned. Got it.
predator movie. Here, we have a real-life predator that you've never even heard of.
Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Fuck off.
The giant sea scorpion is pretty much exactly what it sounds like, only there's a twist. This scorpion was one of the most notable predators during the early Paleozoic period. At 467 million years old,
Oh, please
the
don't
giant
let me see
sea
the flash.
scorpion is the oldest discovered eurypterid in the world.
The giant sea scorpion is the oldest discovered eurypterid in the world. Okay, so eurypterid and sea scorpion are synonymous. You're basically saying that the human being is the oldest known Homo sapien in the world. That's what you're saying. You're so stupid.
Eurypterids are a group of aquatic arthropods. Spiders,
We got
lobsters, and
arthropods!
ticks
We got arthropods again! Oh my fucking god, it's been so long. It's been so fucking long since we've had arthropods. Ugh, 1,000 suns.
are just a handful of their modern-day descendants. The Penacopterus, as it's also known, could grow up to 6 feet in length and is generally thought to have been one of the most important predators of the era.
And even though
Important
these
predators.
formidable beasts could not stray far from the water's edge,
Yet it wasn't until 2010
Why even cut to footage like that if you're not gonna, like, why even bother? Right? You're not gonna let the fucking footage finish its thought. Like, while they could not stray fucking far from the water's edge, and immediately cuts back. Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
that the fossils were discovered, hiding in a meteorite crater in Iowa. Imagine that! A meteorite hits Earth and unveils an all-new animal. Large predators like the giant sea scorpion
I have no idea if that's, like, accurate to how that was discovered. I don't think so. He made it sound like a meteor hit Earth recently, and then that, like, inside of the crater, oh, there's just the fossil of a eurypterid. I'm going to assume that the crater was there beforehand, but what the fuck do I know?
were obviously plentiful during the dinosaur era, but
Hold the fuck up.
predators like the giant sea scorpion Earth and unveils an all-new animal. Large predators like the giant sea scorpion were obviously plentiful during the dinosaur era, but
No, the fuck they were not. Sea scorpions were completely restricted to the Paleozoic, and there is no evidence that they survived into the Mesozoic whatsoever. In fact, I'm pretty sure they died out, like... They were on their way out, like, during the Permian, if I'm not mistaken. I want to say that, like... Actually, they might have been on their way out, like, around the Carboniferous. I think they might have survived in, like, the early Permian, if I'm not mistaken. I know that during the Carboniferous, there was Megarachne, which was a freshwater sea scorpion, which, you know, is why we use the term Eurypterid. Because when these things live in freshwater, then it's kind of silly to call them sea scorpions. But that was, like, into the, I want to say, late Carboniferous. So, I think that was also one of, like, the last sort of groups of Eurypterids. They didn't last too much longer after that, but we can double check that. Oh, wow, they lasted until the end of the Permian? Alright. I did not realize that. I thought they, like, died out in the middle of it or something. But yeah, like, unsurprisingly, the Permian mass extinction held back absolutely nothing, including to sea scorpions.
But this one is obviously a notable creature in our world. From this came spiders, lobsters, and a whole host of other animals.
Probably inaccurate to say that this one group of arthropods is responsible for all groups of modern-day arthropods. That's basically insanity. There were other groups of arthropods well before the Eurypterids showed up, and, like, it's more accurate to say that things like Eurypterids were an offshoot of things that would become things like scorpions.
Can't say I'm thrilled about all
Right,
that,
arthropods,
but
I'm sorry.
I respect the evolutionary generosity. Number 5. Gorgonopsid. Trust me.
Okay, Gorgonopsid is at least a genus, and not a fucking entire clade. He's probably mostly going to use mostly Innis Transcevia footage, because, obviously.
I haven't made this up. The Gorgonopsid was a very real creature that roamed the Earth some 250 million years ago. And of course, it was unique, which is a polite way of saying weird. In 1998, paleontologists from the South American Museum and the University of Washington discovered the world's first complete fossil of the Gorgonopsid. The Gorgonopsid was an aggressive
Never mind, he's gone straight to Gorgonopsid.
predator that had both reptile and mammal traits, which worked together to create a pretty unique combination. For decades, split scientists, some of whom believed that the animal's legs were held beneath the body, like mammals, and some who believed they were splayed on the sides of the body, like reptiles.
Okay, that's not even necessarily, like, a reptilian/mammalian trait. Because we do have reptiles that hold their legs underneath their bodies. For example, dinosaurs. Dinosaurs held their legs directly underneath their bodies. Like, hey, if you look at fucking Zuko, right, he's gonna sprawl his legs out. Like, that's just what he does. That's the way he crawls around. Dinosaurs held their legs directly underneath their bodies. However, they're not the only ones, because there were other archosaurs that did the same thing. A lot of different types of crocodilian relatives were doing the same thing. Like, you got, well, for one thing, the Pseudosuchians, the, like, Postosuchus, who ended up being entirely bipedal. Pterosaurs, I don't know if they held their legs, like, totally beneath their body. I don't know enough about pterosaur locomotion to, like, say that for certain. I'm talking about, like, legs directly underneath the body. Yeah, like, here you got an example of one from the same time and place as, like, Herrerasaurus and Eoraptor. Like, weird little guy. Long legs just held right underneath the body. Very strange little creature. Yeah, the specific way that legs are held underneath their bodies is slightly different from the way mammals do it. But, like, I know that he doesn't give a shit about the distinction between that. Right? Like, I know he doesn't give a fuck about that minor distinction between the way that, like, Pseudosuchians are doing it, and dinosaurs are doing it, and fucking mammals are doing it. But this is, like, it's just kind of this old idea on, like, how reptile legs do, more or less. It's like, oh, all reptiles do this, right? Like the sprawling thing? Like, no, not really.
But something all experts agreed on was that these creatures were the largest predators of the late Paleozoic era, and one of the most ferocious.
I guess that depends on how you... That depends on, number one, are you saying Gorgonops or Gorgonopsids? And are you counting the ocean? Because, like, you know, I guess Helicoprion was dead by the mid-Permian. Joncaria? That does sound like a funny name. It's like the Jonkler. Oh my goodness. That's a big chungus. More like the chunk area. Am I right? He's straight up jonking it. Is there a size comparison? It's saying that it's like 11 feet long. Or up to 16 feet long, which is like pretty fucking big. The Murray has found a rival. Dude.
that ever lived. While the Gorgonopsid fossils had been found in China and Russia, none of them had been complete.
Anos transivia is the genus of Gorgonopsid that is found in Russia, like in the Walking with Monsters segment that takes place in Siberia at the end of the Permian. That species is Anos transivia. Or that genus, rather.
Now, however, we have a fully completed fossil of this fearsome animal, and we can all breathe easy knowing this odd thing is not still out there doing weird reptilian mammal hybrid stuff. That's a thing, right? Number 4. Giant dinosaur.
Bro, you can't name fucking anything. We got fucking horned dinosaur and giant sea scorpion and long boys.
I think everyone has collectively accepted that there are probably hundreds, if not thousands of dinosaurs that once roamed the Earth that we still don't know about. But in 2018, researchers at the University of Johannesburg discovered a new one. The researchers uncovered the bones of a new species of giant dinosaur that roamed the Earth over 200 million years ago. This animal...
Johannesburg. Is this Giraffatitan? No. I don't think that's in the right formation. Johannesburg. Yeah, what is the genus name?
Weighed over 24,000 pounds.
Name.
And measured some 13 feet in length.
Name.
That's twice the size of an elephant.
Name.
During their lifetime, these creatures were the largest animals living on Earth. And that's not the only notable thing about
Name.
them. According to the researchers, these animals are the distant...
Why are you showing Therizinosaur footage? Give me the goddamn animal's name. Is it Giraffatitan or what?
ancestors of the sauropods, the dinosaur.
Wait. What the fuck did you just call me?
Just animals living on Earth. And that's not the only notable thing about them. According to the researchers, these animals are the distant ancestors of the sauropods.
Is it not just a sauropod? Is this a prosauropod? Is this a sauropodomorph? What is this animal? Can you tell me what the fuck it is? Sauropodomorph dinosaur. Whatever the fuck this is. Okay, giant thunderclap is a cool meaning for a name. Okay, 2018. Fuck you. Fuck you, we found it. I had to go look it up, jackass.
The dinosaurs we all know from the Jurassic Park franchise. I imagine it's only a matter of time before we see them in a sequel then. Or real life if Jurassic Park turns out to be a prediction.
Oh my god. Bro, the first video we watched was like made for this guy. He's gotten the fucking like, oh, Jurassic Park's gonna be real someday. Oh, archaeologists are gonna be the ones digging up dinosaurs. Fuck.
This is likely not the last species of dinosaur that will be discovered in our lifetime.
Obviously not. Is that fucking Speckles? Is that our boy Speckles, the Tarbosaurus?
Technology has allowed us to find new species seemingly every year, and there seems to be no limit to how many dinos were wandering the Earth. It's kind of amazing they died out at all when you think about it. Maybe Jurassic Park is a prediction.
Oh my god.
Lord help us. Number 3. Hoscaraptor esculi.
Okay. Hoscaraptor, as far as I'm aware, is a relatively recent discovery. Sure. It's a weird one. It's a weird little guy. Hoscaraptor, wonderful little creature. Sure. I'll give you this one. I will give you this one. Congratulations.
EA? Another unpronounceable name, another intimidating dinosaur. They just keep on coming, don't they? This one...
Did you say intimidating?
Name, another intimidating dinosaur.
It's a duck. It's a dinosaur duck. It's a dinosaur version of a duck. Okay, the fact that you said it's intimidating, we're crossing this one off. Actually, have we gotten any highly outdated facts yet? Okay, yeah, the dinosaur version of a duck is a duck. The non-avian dinosaur version of a duck. I'm trying to think. Because again, like, most of it's not outdated, it's just wrong. Oh wait, hold on. He mixed up two different animals. Because he was talking about Anos transivia with Gorgonopsid. Bingo! Ring, ding, 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 bingo! He kept conflating Gorgonopsid with Anos transivia. That's a bingo right there. Sweet merciful Christ. Thank God. Thank God it's over. Thank God we don't have to worry about it anymore. we could still get another one with highly outdated facts.
This dinosaur is one of the more relatively recent of the prehistoric clan, existing around
Relatively recent of the prehistoric... Fuck off.
71 to 75 million years ago. It's almost notable by its swan-like neck, the razor-sharp, killer claws on its feet, and its duck-billed snout. Clearly, this animal was built to swim around the water, but it's pretty clear just from the appearance of the creature that this was not your ordinary dinosaur. Even paleontologists agree with
Well, yeah, because it's swimming around and acting like a duck.
that conclusion. While most dinosaurs are known to be either land-based or air-based, the Hoscaraptor
Okay. Listen, when he's saying that they're land-based or air-based, I know that this guy is talking about pterosaurs. He's not talking about shit like Yi. He's not talking about Microraptor. He's not even talking about birds, alright? He's talking about pterosaurs. I know he's wrong.
And even if you couldn't pronounce it, you definitely noticed it, right? Number 2.
What?
Phtotorin. Technically speaking, this dinosaur's real name is the Guncated josei, but
It's not a dinosaur. It's not a dinosaur. As far as I'm aware, Thalattosaurs are just kind of a weird reptile offshoot that occurred during the Triassic. Oh yeah, we got incorrect taxonomy. Did we not have that before? Oh, we got it now. You bet your ass we got it now. Yeah, they're just kind of like a thing that showed up during the Triassic. We're not really too sure what they are or what they're related to. They're weird. They're weird.
I think we've established how hard these names are. Have some respect for your
You cannot pronounce Marjorie. Imagine this guy asking like, oh hey, do you have any butter or mandarin?
friendly neighborhood voiceover artist. Come on. The
Fuck
Phytotorin
off.
was a marine reptile that lived on Earth over 200 million years ago. And this particular
Wait, did he say that the long neck from Johannesburg was the longest sauropod ever? Hold up, did he actually?
is twice the size of an elephant. During their lifetime, these creatures were the largest animals living on Earth. And that
Okay. Largest on Earth, that counts. That counts.
that lived on Earth over 200 million years ago. And this particular species, the the new one, is the most complete fossil
Ah, you will never be the feathered friend. You will never be the feathered friend. Tyrannosaurus is one of the largest...
Thalattosaur found in Oregon. And this particular animal...
The find proved to be so influential.
Can I hear that guy? Can I hear that guy talk about it? Because he's gonna know what it is and how to pronounce it.
Turned out to be one of the most groundbreaking finds in dinosaur history.
Not dinosaur.
And for those of you wondering where that extremely long name came from, it was named in honor of the Alaskan legend of Guncadet, a sea monster that would allegedly bring good fortune to those that saw it. By extension, the good luck of low tide allowed the paleontologists to find and see the Thalattosaur. Number
Well, the only thing low tide is this video. P.U.
1. Humans. Yeah.
It turns out it's man. It turns out it's man. You see, I recently discovered a man named Steve. And that means he's a prehistoric creature that's been recently discovered.
Yep. Bet you didn't know that there was a whole new species of human discovered recently. We are apparently not the only humans
Do you mean hominid? Do you mean hominid? Kind of... Fuck it.
to have wandered the
Yeah, why would it be shocking that other human species exist? We know about a lot of fucking species of humans. There's loads of different ones. There's like, Homo florenensis, I think. Like, there's the Neanderthals. There's so many homos out there. There's so many homos. It is Pride Month, after all. There's so many homos. Countless homos. Am I glad he's frozen in there and we're out here and he's the sheriff and that he's in there and we're out here and we're in there and I just remembered we're out here. But what I want to know is where's the caveman?
In 2007, the second species of small human was found in Indonesia, on the island of Flores. While they were initially referred to as the Hobbit, they were soon given the name Homo florenziensis,
Told
which
ya.
is...
I got the name wrong, because I don't know all that much about, early humans, but I know enough to know that they exist!
less catchy. These species lived around 50,000 years ago, alongside our own species, the Neanderthals. But the questions remain. How did they move around? And who were their ancestors?
I must alert the rest of the XOCLAXIANS. The HOOMINS are real.
The humans. This is so awful. How did they move around? How did they get places? How did these... we haven't found any leg bones of these early humans, so I think it's safe to assume that they didn't have legs. Boom. What did the first guy do? What? Prove me wrong, paleontologist. What? What? Step off, bro. Step off, bro.
Did you know about any of these prehistoric...
Cops make the worst discovery inside an airport. They still breathing. These are giant sacks covered in blood. But they still breathing. Also, these videos are like an hour long each. I think this guy has transitioned entirely to, if I had to guess, fake body cam stuff. Oh, hell yeah. Oh, we got some gold here. Oh my god. Oh, it's clearly not going well for them. Because these videos are not getting all that many views. Wait, it's Skeleton Boy! We've seen this one before! We've seen Skeleton Boy before! Except now there's two skeletons. What do you mean these girls I have chained up are not 18? Why the chains are so common? Sweet merciful Christ. When exactly did he make this transition? We eat Daddy. We eat him. I ate my boyfriend. When did you transition from like shitty top 10 lists to... Oh my god! We've seen this one before too! With like the little girl pulling a gun on the cop who's not holding a gun. Dad wants me dead. I would too. You have the eyes of a demon. You support Joe Biden? Get dynamited, idiot. Aww. His last top 20 video was a year ago. It was a year ago, and then he transitioned to the fucking fake body cam footage. Ah, depressing. We'll never see the like of 20 new prehistoric creatures recently discovered. Also, that's Stegoros. I feel like the fucking top 20 lists were doing better for him views-wise. We did at least get a bingo. I'm satisfied. Gotta do Neuroviz Monoverse stuff for non-sludge AI content. What is this Neuroviz? What the fuck?
On tonight's episode of Unanswered Oddities, humans. Are they real or just a youngling's fairy tale? Humans have been a great mystery of our time. These creatures of lore supposedly ate potatoes and enjoyed sleep. They're thought to be long extinct, if they ever existed at all. But recent sightings all across the world have drummed up the debate once again. Rural Morgmog, 2 hours outside of Deedle, a hiker claims to have seen a human.
So yeah, it was just,
Oh my
it was a
God.
Tuesday night. I had just gotten home from spitting.
Bobo
I went out
Funk
for my
Snuff.
midnight lurk, I was just being creepy and weird, and that's when I saw it. It was a human. You could tell by the knees. I've seen them in the historical books, and it was just standing there, listening to sounds. I thought I might die.
I was called to the scene around midnight. Mr. Fugsnuck was in a panic. I searched the area for humans, but only found a toothbrush.
We don't know much about humans, other than they were most likely wildly stupid creatures. We do believe they did some cool things, though, like super sweet water sports.
The current prevailing theory is that
God.
humanity was wiped off the planet by what were called escalators. One by one, each human slowly sucked into the moving stairs. taken out by their own dumb invention. It would have been quite the sight.
But of course not everyone believes that humans existed.
Humans ain't real, brother. That's a ruse made up by the monolith to distract us from the fact that they are putting plants in our food.
Whether you are a believer or not, something happened to Mr. Fugsnuck that night.
Now that I think about it, it could have just been a tree that I saw. It was pretty dark, and my eyes were closed, so it's hard to say.
As is department policy, I fired off multiple rounds into those woods just in case there was a human. I was promoted shortly after.
Without definitive proof, we may never know if humans actually existed or still exist today. What we do know is water sports are awesome.
What the Lance, how did you find this? That was... AI is the future. My god. I've been convinced.